You found the bonus video, and in this video I'm just going to kind of talk about some different things. Mostly I just wanted to talk about how different it is now with so many new people coming in. And it's interesting because you can see the comment section on the V8 videos. It's just tons and tons and tons of comments, and YouTube literally can't show me all the comments. I don't even know how to describe it. So I'll look at it on my phone and see different comments than if I looked at it on my computer or if I look at it through my studio app. So it's so if I'm missing a comment, it's probably because I haven't seen it for some reason or another. And it's weird. It's not like, I'm only missing it because it just happened. It'll be like, oh, it was like 2 weeks ago and I still didn't see it, and then I hop on my cell phone and I see it on my cell phone. I'm like, this is weird. But anyways, yeah, I think there comes a point where there's so many comments that YouTube can't even keep up with telling me that they're there. And I did have to find the quietest place in my house. The little guy is a little bit chatty this morning, which is totally fine. And you'll probably hear him in the background of this video a little bit. And if you guys have been here for a while, then you'll know that he's, only a few months old. So, it's not like I can be like, hey, be quiet. He's just hanging out with his mama, and he's a little bit happy, so he's a little bit chatty. Another thing that I wanted to tell you guys is that all the new people, I shouldn't say all the new people, but there's been, how do I put this? Okay. So these V8 jet ski videos have kind of reached a new level of popularity, and we're seeing a lot larger audience, and we're sort of getting into that, like, the average internet user, and we're seeing a lot of, I want to say, like, not smartliness in the comment section, and it's just like, oh, you guys are killing me. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I want to say about that. But sometimes I just want to blast them, but I try really hard not to, because it's just kind of unprofessional for me to do that from the official Jet Ski Brothers account. So I really try not to. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's all I want to say about that. But yeah, it's been kind of weird, and I haven't been able to get back to all the comments from everybody because there's just been so many as well. And I guess that's just how it has to be. And I really try to get back to all of the old school guys or original guys who were here before this whole V8 jet ski blast happened. So there's that. And then so the videos I guess last week we did Sunday, Thursday, and I think we're going to do that again. I think we're going to kind of continue with that schedule for a little while. For one thing, all these videos are super current. I don't have any backup of video files, which is what happens at the end of summer. I have so much that we, kind of feed off of that summer video backstock for quite a while. So we're out of that, so this is all super current that you're seeing right now, which is kind of a good thing. And, obviously a little bit of a bad thing that we just don't have enough video for 3 videos a week at this point. Another reason we're going back to the 2 videos per week is I just don't have enough time to edit or make videos for 3 per week. So basically what happened was it last week, my wife went back to work after being on maternity leave, so I'm having to watch Milo a lot more, which gives me a lot less time to, work on the builds and work on the editing of the videos. So, right after he was born, just like the first week, I couldn't do, the full amount of videos, and I thought maybe, I'd have to cut back, but turns out I didn't have to because Emily was able to watch him enough that I was able to get you guys the normal 3 videos a week. And it's kind of funny that 3 videos is normal now, because it used to be just 1 video a week. Sunday was a bonus video, and, the Sunday videos got so much support that I just kind of turned it into a normal thing. And then I did Friday as a bonus video, and Friday would sometimes get a lot of support, but sometimes not. But I realized that Friday is probably one of the worst days for us to upload or release a video. So I'll try to do Thursday if I can instead of Friday. But that was in the old 3 videos a week format. So now we're going to be doing the Sunday, Thursday. So keep that in mind if you're trying to, just keep up with us on the videos. And another thing I would say is if you're really trying to keep up with us on the videos, you can just turn your notification bells on. And I guess the big thing is if you're not getting the notifications on your phone and you're like, man, I turned on the bells and all that stuff, it can still be blocked like from your phone itself. So like, you gotta allow your phone to give you notifications from YouTube. Otherwise you won't get it. I want to say one more thing about me getting back to the comments on the videos. So for me, once I upload a video for that day, I won't really go back into that video itself. I wait till kind of my next upload to go back to the previous video and get, comment back to you guys and stuff. But I got way behind during the V8 jet ski videos. One, because there were so many comments, but two, I had a special weekend there. It was like Monday, my water system got messed up. So like our incoming water, had some problems with the pipes. So we had no water. So I worked on that Monday, Tuesday. Well, I was still able to do the Tuesday upload for you guys. And so by the end of Tuesday, I was pretty happy. The water system is working, and I was able to get that upload for you guys. The next day, or no, it was that night, the power went out. So I literally couldn't do anything the entire next day because no power means no video editing and also no internet and no power tools in the shop. I went up to my garage and the only thing I could really do was anything with just hand tools. And I think I might have filmed a little bit during that time, but I was pretty held back by not being able to use some of my power tools. So, ooh, no, this is what it was. I did do a little bit of work. I didn't film because what happened is, without the lighting in the garage, the video just turned out really bad. These GoPro Hero 8s do really bad. Well, if you didn't know, we use GoPro Hero 8s. They do really bad in low light situations. So if you don't have enough lighting, it really gets pretty bad. It like pulls away from the frame rate, and it kind of does like this weird thing with like the black colors. It sort of like glitches on the black colors, so it's not so great. Let's see, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the power went out and it stayed out for like a day. Came back on like the next night. I was super pumped. The next morning, the power went out again, and I was just like, no. So it was like Thursday by that time, and so it was basically a whole week, basically. The power did come back on later that day, not too long after. So I basically got back online on Friday. But just trying to recover from all that, we had a lot of damage from, basically our electricity went out from a windstorm. So I had to, clean up a lot of, not like damage, but just like, garbage and junk that was strewn about the house and stuff like that. So basically it took a lot of my time away from like getting back to you guys on the comments. And then Emily went back to work, so I've been watching the little guy a lot more, and that takes a lot away from my time as well. You would think I could just hop on the phone and comment back, but sometimes you really need two hands to take care of the little guy. So that's kind of why I've been behind. I think I'm almost caught up to just like one video behind, but let's see. Let's see, how far behind am I? Why is the shot of olive oil? Oh, God. Yeah, I think I'm just a couple behind for comments. Anyways, I'll get back to you guys eventually, so don't you worry about that. And I don't really have too much to say other than that. We got some pretty cool stuff coming up with the V8 jet ski build, and we're pushing forward with that. From looking at the Jet Sprint pump stuff, we kind of gleaned some interesting information, and I'll just tell you guys this because you guys, the few super hardcore fans probably deserve to know this, that basically the entry-level Jet Sprint pump is slightly smaller than the 155 millimeter Yamaha. So I'm smaller in like diameter. So like they do theirs in inches. So, but I think it's either like slightly smaller or like the same. So there'd be like a 154, and the stock Yamaha one in there is a 155 right now. I can easily, buy a couple of parts and step that up to a 160 mil on the not like mil, but like millimeter on the jet pump for that, because they switched them over to 160. It's pretty easy to swap over. My plan is for the stock pump, get like a crazy high pitch impeller, and see how the engine does with that. We can step up to 160 millimeter. We can get the Solus aftermarket stator section for the pump, and we can do custom impellers. I've yet to get a hold of a shop that'll do impeller stuff, so worst comes to worst, I'll end up cutting and welding my own impellers, which I can do. It's just an extra time consuming thing that I don't really have time for. I'd rather just pay somebody else to do it, who has all the the tools and the knowledge to take care of it for us. So that's what's going on with that. And so anyways, I just wanted to say that because I think that our jet pump will handle the the power from the engine, especially naturally aspirated. But when we step up the turbos, that's when we might run into some issues. But I'm not sure, and you don't know what's really going to happen until you try this stuff. And so basically the goal right now is to get the engine set up like direct drive to the driving coupler. That way it's just simpler, and I find that on jet ski stuff or any mechanism, simpler is better. So if we direct drive, obviously we need a crazy pitch. We need a crazy pitch on the impeller to capitalize on the speed potential of that engine at the lower RPMs. So let's see, that being said, I do have like 3 designs for like a really small like gearing increased box for that thing if we need to go that route. So I do have that kind of in my mind. And if I could find like a small like gearing increase box that was strong enough that I could just buy, then I would. It'd be pretty easy to, if there was one just with like an input and output shaft that I could buy that would work, it'd be pretty easy to adapt that to fit the engine. And I guess easy is the wrong word. It could be done. So, if I can get my hands on that, or I can find one that exists out there, then we could definitely do that. The problem that I'm seeing with that is the ones that I see that are already done are kind of like agricultural, so they're not going to handle, well, I don't think they'll handle the RPM. And then the other ones I'm seeing are kind of like little tiny boxes for like go-kart stuff. And, those kind of built around crotch rocket engines, so they'll handle some power, but I don't know that they're going to handle the kind of power that we're making. And again, you never really know what's going to happen until you try, especially on a water application. The dynamics of pushing water through a jet pump are completely different than pushing power to a tire of a car. So it's really hard to know how everything's going to react until you actually try it. And so we love to try stuff and we love to do stuff, and that's kind of one thing that led to this build. Another thing that led to this build is last year I started thinking kind of in the springtime, what do I want to build in the winter? I knew I wanted to do something really cool, something unique, I want to do something big, something exciting. And, I did the GPR SHO last winter, and I really liked how it turned out, but I wanted to step it up. And I guess that's what I came up with. So, I mean, I guess, but this is what I came up with. Yeah. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done with the V8 jet ski, but I honestly, when I get to work on it, it's just one of my favorite things. I really enjoy getting up into the garage and working on stuff. It's kind of like my happy place, if you will. So it's kind of like my escape and my happy place. And I really look forward to when Milo can actually come up there and, not just sit there, but actually, learn and like help me and like talk and stuff like that. But I think that's going to be really fun. But enough about that. I was talking about jet pumps, and I mean, I hope we don't have to switch to a Jet Sprint jet pump, but if that's what has to happen, then that's what has to happen. Obviously, there'll be some fabrication in the jet tunnel, but the Jet Sprint jet pumps come as like a full unit from like tip all the way to intake as a metal unit. So I'd essentially just be figuring out how to attach that metal unit into the ski. So I basically would cut out the old tunnel and I'd have like a metal, full jet tunnel. So, we wouldn't worry about, cracks in the pump tunnel or reinforcing the pump tunnel at that rate. So in that respect, it would be good. But those Jet Sprint jet pumps are not cheap. And not to say I thought this build would ever be cheap, but, if we had to spend the money, we had to spend the money. And I just really want this thing to work, and it should be pretty exciting to have it out there. I have seen 2 other V8 jet ski builds, and neither one of those builds went over 60 miles per hour. So the initial goal is to have it work and go faster than 60 miles per hour. But initially we want to get it together and get it out on the water, see what it does. As long as it moves, it's viable, it's not tearing itself to pieces, then we get into changing impellers and figuring out how to make it go faster. And I really don't want to talk anymore on this bonus video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I just want to do something for you guys who really, really care about us and just want a little bit extra info. So there you go. And that's it. See ya.